My name is Lee H. Tillman.
I'm Andrea Menchaca.
And this is Anxiety Twins. Mm-hmm. Thanks for checking us out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe on all the things. However you're listening to this, however you're watching this, hit subscribe. Take a second and just hit subscribe and like it.
How fun was that?
Good times. So what do we want to get into today?
What have we been doing? I made soup, so that was exciting.
That is exciting.
Soup season.
It's not technically. It's not soup season.
It's the season where I make soup and then I'm like, oh damn, it's too hot for this. That's where we're at right now.
It's the season when it's too hot to make soup.
But you still do.
Mm-hmm.
I have one pumpkin growing in the garden.
One, okay.
I check on it.
Out of how many?
Well, there's like 3 small ones, but one hardy.
Is that like it's? Are you saying that it's a hardy pumpkin, or is that the name of it?
Yes.
So it's a.
I forgot. Its name is Hardy.
You name the pumpkin Hardy.
Yeah, it's a white pumpkin. How do you feel about that?
Is that how it's supposed to be?
Yeah.
So we're going to be carving a white pumpkin for Halloween.
Yeah.
All right. I have no opinion about that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to make any jokes about that.
Wow, look at you. The restraint.
No, yeah, I'm not going to do anything about that.
Mm-hmm.
What do we want to talk about?
We saw the Michael Jackson movie.
We saw Moonwalker from 1985, I believe. 1985. I believe it was to promote his Bad album. But what were your thoughts? Because I remember going over to my grandmother's house and all my cousins would be there, and my younger cousin, shout out Howard, always,
you know who you are, Howard.
Howard always wanted to watch this movie every time we went over there. So I've seen this. Yeah, so I've seen this like a dozen times. So your grandma
owned the VHS or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she owned the VHS, and it was kind of like we didn't watch a whole lot of TV. Like, she wanted us out playing because, that's how grandmas are. Mm-hmm. They don't want us in the house, watching TV all day. So, but one of the few things, at the time, like, everybody loves Michael Jackson. At that point, everybody loved Michael Jackson. This is like before, everybody kind of turned on him. But
yeah,
there was definitely a point when, everybody loved Michael Jackson. He was the greatest thing. And like, everybody old and young loved him. So my grandmother loved him, and she was like, okay, well, it's okay if you guys want to watch this.
It's the one thing I'll allow it.
It's the one thing we'll allow.
Better than Barney.
Yeah. So we watched Moonwalker a bunch of times.
1986 fondly because I wasn't alive then. Ooh, good times.
Yeah. It was the 90s when we were watching it. So I don't know.
It had to make it to VHS, and then she had to buy it, and then had to get into the routine of you guys watching it every time you go over there. So it wasn't like the same year.
Yeah, it wasn't like brand. We didn't watch it like as soon as it came out. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was new to us because I don't think we'd seen it. So I've seen it a bunch of times, and I remember watching it as a kid, being like, "This is very weird. This is insane." Mm-hmm. And I watched it as an adult. I'm like the same. I feel exactly the same. It is very weird.
Still weird
that it even got made. I thought like there would be things that maybe I missed. Well, there's like one big thing that I missed. We'll talk about in a second. But for the most part, like there was no like scenes that I was like, I remember. Yeah, I remember every scene. I remember every scene, every song. I was like, yeah, this is just what I remember. So. What's your take?
It was weird for me to see it for the first time, retrospectively, knowing everything that we know about Michael Jackson now. It was
what do we know about Michael Jackson?
That he's weird.
What? This is the first time I'm hearing of this.
General, like how people say that famous people stopped aging the year that they became famous. Mm-hmm. For Michael Jackson, that's 5 or 6 years old.
Yeah.
And so that checks out. They're like this. I don't know how old he was at the point, but it's like 30 something.
Yeah, he's probably in the 30s. Yeah.
He's a grown man, and he sees himself as a kid still. Like there's even this scene where there's a kid playing him, And it seems like the reason why they're doing that is because it's just fun to have a bunch of kids do the dance, the full choreographed dance of a song that really like grown dancers should be doing.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like his inner child. Like he's literally indoors when this is happening. Like he sees himself as a child and everybody around him is also a kid. He's just playing. Like for him, music and performance and everything is just like him playing. And then he goes outdoors and there's other people there that are not in the industry, that they don't know him. There's like tourists and stuff. And there's like a cart with people taking pictures. It's like either paparazzi or just people with cameras. I don't know. Back in the day, you didn't just have people with cameras.
Well, it's the idea that they're on a Hollywood lot or something,
right?
And he's shooting a film, and he walks outside. He's filmed. It's a tour bus, and we're walking out, and people are on the tour, and they see, oh my God, it's Michael Jackson.
And the minute people clock him as Michael Jackson, he becomes himself. Like he puts on the persona of the adult, but he's still like a kid in his heart. And then he gets inside of a cartoon. As he's running away,
the claymation,
because like rabbit, I don't know, like that was important to him. And just like the whole thing is just like, this is like a cry for help from somebody who's like having a really confusing time
I think part of it was like he probably wanted like Bugs Bunny or something and couldn't get
they were like,
the
that's
rights,
not a thing.
So they just made it.
You can't use that.
I feel like there was a couple of things where they just wanted to use it, but they couldn't actually use the thing, so they just went another way.
Yeah, to me, it just felt really sad, mostly because it's just kind of hard to see like how somebody is just being like, this is how I feel, and like I feel like I'm stuck, and I am constantly running away from people, and like I think I'm a child, and I don't know how to be a grown up, and everybody's like, cool, so you can still make money, right? Like, just let's focus on the thing, because that's just how his life is. And I was telling you that my favorite thing that I've ever seen Michael Jackson is actually an interview when they asked him how does he feel about touring, and he's just like, I hate it. It's like terrible for my body. I'm exhausted. It's like really hard to sleep. And they're like, somebody behind the camera is like, could you say that a little bit, like put a positive spin on it? And he goes, I love touring. And everybody just cracks up. They start laughing because he's like, what? You like told me to say that, so I said that. And I don't know, that to me is just really like how his life must have been, to just like always be like, sure, you want me to say that, I'll say that.
Yeah, this project, this Moonwalker, it was just something to remind people. So like the first half is nothing, and then he is nothing but, reminding people like who he is. And then he goes into the music video, which is the claymation rabbit, which is Speed Demon.
No, first is the kids, right?
No, I feel like the rabbit was the first.
No, first is the kids, because then the kids are.
Oh yeah, that's part. That's part of the dance.
Which kind of looks like it's a subway station, but
even that
it turned out to be a Hollywood studio.
Yeah.
And then he starts to run away from the mob.
And then that's when we get to the claymation rabbit, which is one of the worst songs on the album, honestly. Speed Demon, which is not a memorable. It's pretty
interesting because the whole thing seems like it's pretty much him. Like it does feel like he had full artistic direction, because nobody else would have thought to do something so weird.
Yeah.
But he doesn't give himself many lines, which I also think is interesting. Like he's just like, come on, guys. And then there's like a whole bunch of jumping or dancing or whatever the physical activity is, but he doesn't give himself a lot of lines.
Yeah, he has an idea for a script, like what he wants to do, but he doesn't want to talk. I mean, there's no script as far as like writing or anything.
Why do you think he didn't want to talk?
I don't know. There's more things to judge him by. I think he wants to be judged on his singing and his dancing. And if he talks more dialogue, he has to like act more.
Yeah.
Like the more you're talking, the more you have to like interact with a person. You have to like act more. So
and he was being himself. Like his character was him.
Yeah.
So
yeah, like literally everyone calls him Michael.
Yeah.
Speed Demon, and then there's another song, Leave Me Alone, which is a song that's pretty much him literally telling people to leave him alone for all the tabloids and everything. So it's those two songs.
I don't know this, but I can't imagine that song did well. Like, who would be interested in it? Stop looking at me.
With Michael at that time, it's impossible to even conceive that that's a true thing, but it really was. Like, there wasn't anyone saying anything negative about him.
No one was
mostly
mad
because
at him
he was,
for anything.
yeah. So everyone grew up knowing who he was, and everyone kind of loves him the same amount at every age. So when he's like, leave me alone, yeah, I'm sure that there was a pretty, significant amount of people that were like, yeah, leave me alone.
The Jackson 5s, when they started, were they like black culture, or was everybody loved them?
I think it started out black culture, but then it kind of just grew just because they ended up on like TV shows that, white people watch too. Mm-hmm. And they were like, oh, who's this kid that's like dancing around? So, he was on Cher's. We were just watching one of Cher's movies the other night. He was on, Cher's TV show.
We should have all of Cher's movies.
Yeah, we should just do a podcast about Cher's movies.
No, we need to own them in VHS. I will have it no other way. Mm-hmm. I'll have to start hunting for them.
Witches of Eastwick. We just watched that.
Witches of Eastwick. I can't say that.
Yeah, he did the robot on Cher's TV show.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, he was just on a bunch of different, American Bandstand and a bunch of different TV shows. So I think it probably started out as black culture, but then it just kind of blew up just because it's this little kid that can sing and dance, and everybody was amazed by it.
Mm-hmm.
And then after those two songs, we finally get to the narrative, which is like 40 minutes long, I want to say.
It's the other half
which
of the
is
movie.
Yes, the other half, and it is the most insane.
It's just all over the fucking place.
It is
the guy, the burglar from Home Alone is the bad guy, and he has a ponytail that shoots up.
Mm-hmm,
of course, because as many bad guys do.
Yeah, and he's a drug dealer.
He's a drug dealer,
and he only sells to children.
Yeah,
and he loves tarantulas.
That's another part of it. That's like. This feels like a cry for help / fever dream. Like, who started giving cocaine to Michael Jackson when he was a little kid? You could just picture him being like, you gotta go on stage, dude, here, and have this. Like, who was that guy in real life? He just like the most unhinged plot.
Yeah, so Joe Pesci did a lot of yelling. That's the bad guy from Home Alone.
Thank you. I don't know for many other ways.
Did a lot of yelling of "Go get him, get him." There was like he had more lines than Michael probably.
Kids.
He probably had more lines than Michael, and all of them were just "Go get him." I want the little cockroach crushed. It was just that for
a lot of that.
10 minutes straight, and then he gets cornered and turns into a car.
Oh. Michael Jackson turns into a car.
Michael Jackson, the human being.
The part that I don't understand is like, who in production sees like Michael Jackson not just turn into a car, but like run around with a bunch of kids, and it's like, oh yeah, people are gonna love that. Nobody's gonna say anything weird about you after they've seen you save several children.
Exactly. He loves children. He wanted to show that he loved children.
Yeah, but why? That's not your business.
But he does love children in his heart.
It's not within your
realm.
Do you mean? You're a pop star. Like, focus. Nobody was like, dude, why is this? It's not even Christmas. Like, this is Christmas when we pull the kids out for things like that. It's like literally just any day. He's just running around.
Yeah, turns into a car, drives off, leaves the kids.
Then he comes back and they're like, Michael.
Does a little song and dance again for I think it's Smooth Criminal, which is probably like the most popular song from that thing. There's the famous scene where he like leans forward. I think I don't know if you remember that or not.
The only thing that made it out of it.
Yeah, that's the thing that most people remember. I honestly don't know. I actually don't know how it was done. I'm sure there's plenty of.
He also dances around women a lot.
Well, he's famous for dancing around women.
Just near enough, like almost. Nope.
Yeah, he did it in the Thriller. Probably most famous in the Thriller videos. Probably the most famous. He dances around women.
I'm saying that because I think that's probably how he got into leaning. It's like, say there's a woman sitting here, and you're gonna nope. You just manage to somehow defy gravity to just stay away from these. They're everywhere.
And then there's this one scene during that whole dancing thing that you missed somehow. I guess maybe you were looking at your phone. I don't know.
I would never do that.
But it lasted for a few minutes. It wasn't like a 30-second. It lasted for like, I'd say 2 or 3 minutes, where they're just kind of everything kind of turns very dark, and everything is moving slow motion, and they're just moaning. Everyone's just like, oh.
Oh, I think I missed that on purpose.
For
that sounds terrible.
And it's in the middle of the song, and then they start doing some acapella. You remember everyone that's in that scene?
They're in the bar.
They're in the bar.
Okay.
Like, so everyone in that scene just starts doing that. I remember watching it as a kid, being like, I don't know what's happening.
Are they in pain? Is it good? Like, it's just.
I don't know what it's supposed to mean. I don't know. To this day, I still don't actually
get like a headache at the same time.
Yeah, I don't get it. But then it just goes back to the song, and they dance and it's over.
It could never happen.
And then they capture Michael, and then they capture the little girl, and he says, "Leave her alone," and then they don't, and then he turns into a robot.
Like a Transformers, to be more specific.
Straight up Transformer.
He turns into a Transformer, robot. Which is already weird to begin with, but then he like grows.
Yes.
He becomes into like a giant Transformer. He just gets bigger and bigger.
And then he shoots everybody down.
Never had I ever considered that Michael Jackson's stick could have been small. Until that point, I was like, wait.
Yeah.
It was pretty weird. And I don't remember how it ends, because he probably just like turns off. Like,
yeah, but then after he turns into the giant robot, he turns into a spaceship, and then flies off without the kids and just leaves them there.
Oh, I forgot that.
Yeah, the kids are just like kind of left there, like, where's Michael?
Processing everything else at this point. I'm just like spacing out.
Where is Michael?
What happened?
And he just like leaves them. Then he eventually just appears again back. And then that's pretty much the end of that narrative. He like he kills all the bad guys, whatever. And that's the end of that when he comes back. And then they go backstage. And he's like, I got something to show you. And then he performs a song at the end.
I know. Well, they're like, the kids are lost in an alleyway. And he's like helping them, and all of this is why I'm saying it's a fever dream, because in a dream house, sometimes you're in a house and then you start walking and now you're in a subway, and like next thing you know it's a park somehow, and you're like, wait, but we didn't actually go anywhere. That's how it is. Like, it goes from an alleyway to a venue, like a bar venue, and then they go through some things, and next thing you know they're backstage at a giant stadium. And it's like, that's not connected. I know for a fact those things don't lead to each other. And then he's like, I have something to show you. Like, oh, cool. Is it candy or something that kids would like? No, it's me.
Then he goes back and sings a song.
Tippy toe thing.
Yeah. And then that's the end. And then then that's the end. And after that's the credits.
He must really think kids are into being backstage, I guess.
I'm sure. I mean, wouldn't you? I mean, if you're a kid and your favorite pop star pops up, wouldn't you want to go backstage and see what's happening?
Sure.
Yeah,
that's know that I never had a favorite pop star.
All right.
And that's the whole thing.
That's the whole thing. So the thing that I was going to talk about,
what's the big thing?
Was that I never knew as a kid, which there's no reason why I would know this, but one of the kids in the movie, like there's 3 kids, one of the kids in the movie, the white kid, is Sean Lennon, who is John Lennon's son.
Oh.
So John Lennon from the Beatles. So that's his son. And why that's interesting is because like John Lennon by this time had already died. He died in 1980, I believe. So he had already died.
Oh, so who gave this kid permission to be in the thing?
I guess, I mean, I think it's Yoko's son. So Yoko Ono's still alive, I guess. So, yeah, I guess that's how he got permission. But why that's interesting is that Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney were friends. Like in the 80s, they did a couple songs together, and they were hanging out one day, and Michael Jackson is, they're talking, and Paul McCartney says, how you really get money, like where your money really is, it's in your publishing. That's where your real money is. And Michael Jackson like looks and says, that's an interesting idea. One day I'm going to own all your publishing. And then
how do you know about this conversation? Where did you
it's Paul McCartney has said it.
Oh, okay.
He said it.
He said that he told Michael Jackson that?
Mm-hmm. Oh. And it's corroborated. Like, it's like, I don't think it's not a secret. Like, people know that he did this. But and then after he like jokingly says, I'm gonna get your publishing, Paul goes, haha, yeah, funny. And then years later, he actually like buys all their publishing. And then so a lot of the Beatles songs, they don't make any money off of it. Michael Jackson makes all that money from it. And it's just so weird to do that to this band. Like, yeah, I mean, I get it. It's a business move, whatever, but I mean, come on.
It's weird, especially
you're still
like
friends.
As an artist. Like,
yeah, you're an artist.
There's plenty of people who own artists publishing, and they're not artists themselves, they're business people. And you're like, well, I guess you don't understand. But like,
yeah, it just seems like a weird thing to do to a fellow artist. And there was a point where Paul McCartney wasn't doing great, and he was like, could I buy him back? And he either didn't want to sell him, or he wanted to like sell him back for like a really high price, and he just couldn't do it. So there's a bunch of songs that they don't own. And at the end, not only does he have like the band member's son in this, thing, which feels like a weird power move. Like, it just feels weird thing to do. But also, he sings at the end when he leads them to the end. He sings "Come Together" by the Beatles.
Yeah,
which is not a song that's on the album. It is a solo single. It's only on that. It's just for the movie, and it feels kind of gross that he's singing this song that this kid doesn't benefit from, because that I'm assuming the money would have went to him, but he had him in the movie. It just feels like a weird
that must be the biggest mindfuck for that kid as a grown up, to be like, why?
Yeah, why was I in that movie?
And why did I do that? Go to that?
Yeah, so that's the thing. Obviously, there's no reason why I would have known that as a kid, but like thinking about it now, it's like, wow, that's a weird thing to do. So there, we got through Moonwalker.
Not emotionally.
Yeah, it'll be with you forever.
It just take me a few more months to digest what the hell was that.
Yeah, it's just a weird thing. And you can watch it's on YouTube. Like, we watched it for free on YouTube.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to pay money to watch that. No one cares
anymore.
We watched Fountain of Youth, Apple TV movie.
I mean, kind of. It was rough.
It took us 3 or 4 sittings to watch this movie.
Just like in the last little bit, I fell asleep.
Yeah. The reason why I was like, we're going to watch the whole thing is because you were like, you wanted to watch it. We were on Apple TV.
I didn't want to
and
watch
you were
it.
Like, oh, let's see what that seems like a interesting thing to watch. And then we started watching it.
Immediately I was like,
nope.
That's not it.
I was like, no, you're making...
I like terrible things. I have bad taste. But then it was just so bad. It was so, like, the plot didn't make any sense. It was so overacted. It was just like a lot of everything. And it's the guy from The Office, and the whole time I was thinking somebody was going to tell him, just another day in the office.
And that is a line.
And
they did it.
It happened. I was like fast asleep, and then somebody said, just another day in the office. And I was like, what? Who said that? Did he say it to the office guy?
He actually said nothing, but he didn't. He wasn't the one that said it.
Because the whole time, it's like, that's their job. So it kind of fits. Like, it was doable. I don't know why they waited so long. It could have been interesting much earlier.
Yeah, it was... I don't know. There's so many things wrong with that movie.
It was all over the place.
But the thing about most Apple TV, like, Apple has so much money to throw at anything. They'll just put famous people in it, and it looks really good.
Yeah,
like
the quality.
It looks like a really good movie. But
like they're in ancient pyramids and what's like under the pyramids, whatever that's called.
Yeah,
and it looks real and there's stuff moving around. I will say I was not expecting the Fountain of Youth to be an actual fountain. I thought it was going to be a bit more, like, I don't know, less on the nose on that one. It's like, oh, look, water under 17 layers of rock in the desert. Of course.
Yeah. I think they were betting a little too much on, I'm probably going to say his name wrong. I think it's John Krasinski.
He's the guy from The Office?
Yeah.
Oh.
John Krasinski.
Yeah. That's an interesting.
They were betting too much on how charming he was going to be. I thought they were really trying to dial up the charm, and it just didn't.
Also because that's his sister. How much do you want to really charm up your sister? It was like,
I mean, but it was also the woman that he was fighting the whole time.
Yeah.
That was, the hot lady that pops in every now and then that he fights.
I feel like that formula only works if the person that you have with you at all times, and like, how she kept being like, I can't go to that, I'm a mom, I'm like busy. If that was his love interest, then it would make more sense. But even if it didn't, it'd still be weird.
Have you ever seen any of the Indiana Jones movies?
Mm-hmm.
Like the first one, or you don't know which one? Just one of them.
I know that there's a lasso involved.
You probably saw like the crystal. You probably saw like the worst one. I imagine.
Wow.
You probably saw.
I saw one of the ones with Harrison Ford.
Okay, all right. Was he the lead, or was he just like? Was he an old guy? Was he?
He was the lead.
Young guy.
Just jumping on shit and stuff.
Okay, all right. You saw one of the good ones. Then.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, I don't remember much of it, but yeah, that was a weird movie. What's the name of the guy in The Fountain of Youth? The British guy that he's the rich guy that he's like the reason they're doing it.
I don't know his name.
I actually like him. He was in the other movie where he apparently can travel time travel. I said that backwards.
I think I know what movie you're talking about.
I think that's like how I met him. Like that was the first time I ever saw him in something. And
actually, I don't like that. I think I know what movie you're talking about.
You don't like that movie?
And I actually don't like the movie. Domhnall Gleeson, which is a name I wouldn't have known.
I will never remember that.
I never would have known that. But I think I know what movie you're talking about. About Time?
Yeah. Margot Robbie randomly is in that movie. Like, it's so all over the place, but I like it. I also really like...
Oh, he's also in The Paper, which is the sequel to The Office.
Yeah, I saw that. That just came out, though, right?
Yeah.
I really like how the About Time movie is just really cozy. Like,
that's true.
The shooting, like, there's like the house they have at the coast is really cozy, and then like I don't know, just all he like randomly gets in a closet and like comes out of the closet, like it's just like, I don't know, it kind of has like almost a Harry Potter, if Harry Potter was a real person kind of vibe.
He's also in the Harry Potter movies.
Yeah, but I didn't like those. Those were a bit much.
The movies, his part, or like Harry Potter?
The Harry Potter follow up, like the something with beasts and.
No, but he was in like the Harry Potter movie, like Harry Potter 7 and 5.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
What?
And at least that's what the internet
Harry
is
Potter
telling
fan,
me.
I would know. Is he one of the twins?
No, I feel like maybe
the twins are actually twins.
Maybe he's one of the Weasleys. He's like an older Weasley.
He's got to be one
of the
Weasleys. Maybe he's Percy. He's the one no one likes, so I don't pay attention to him.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he was probably like a deep character.
Yeah, Harry Potter has like a bajillion
he plays Bill Weasley, which is one of the brothers.
Which is probably I was gonna say that's probably Percy, but no, that's a totally different name.
Yeah, Bill Weasley.
Yeah, Bill is. I don't remember that character. It was just like.
So yeah, he's one of
the Weasley clan's just like, I don't know, a bunch of fucking people.
Yeah, just a bunch of redheads. Yeah, listen, we got a redhead. You redhead and you're British. Get in here.
Get in here, you bastard.
Get in here, you Weasley.
Put this cloak on. You look amazing.
And Natalie Portman is just being so negative. Fountain of Youth. Like that was her whole part, was just to say no. But
the whole thing is like, moms are like this, right? Like they're always like, oh, we can't, it's bedtime.
Yeah.
Like, wish I could.
This was definitely
everybody's motivations were all over the place. Like it didn't make any sense. Like why was she there? Like at times it was like she likes it for the hunt, And at times she was like, "Oh, I hate this," and then her brother was like, "I guess he was getting paid, so that was his motivation." The millionaire,
he had his own motivation, but it seemed like the brother knew that he was there for the wrong reasons, but he didn't say it. He
never say anything.
He never really said why. He just went along with it, I guess.
And we never come clean about that at all.
Yeah,
like
never.
It just kind of gets swept under a lot of it was just all over the place. It's like we just wanted to go under the pyramids. Is that so bad to just have a 2-hour trip under the pyramids?
Yeah. So yeah, Fountain of Youth. This is we saw Thunderbolts.
Oh, I have one more thing to say about Fountain of Youth.
But
it's like peak white people too, because they're like breaking shit in the pyramids, and even the people who are like, we shouldn't be breaking this, are like, we should be doing more carefully. It's like nobody is like, this seems like bad omen. Like we shouldn't be breaking.
We're just like,
this.
Let's not do this. Like this just feels like you shouldn't.
Why?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all. That's why the cast was all white, and it was one of those times when I'm not mad about that.
Yeah, the only people of color were the people outside the pyramids who really had no reason to be in the movie at all. Reason
to be there.
They're just in the movie like, oh shoot, we need some brown people in here.
It was literally like, it was a black guy and a brown woman outside, just being like,
oh no,
how long is this gonna be?
And the woman got shot, I believe.
It just kept cutting.
She got shot in the leg.
They were inside, and they kept cutting to them outside. You're like, why? They're not doing it.
And also, spoiler alert.
No one cares.
For all the people that are going to watch this terrible movie, they get nothing out of it. Like the whole thing is supposed to be a heist, and then he goes there, and he's just like, he just looks and doesn't take. That was the whole point. He's like, he sees what he wants to see, but he doesn't take, and that's why he doesn't die. But like for the people that went along with all this, risked their lives, they got nothing.
Yeah, and plenty of people died.
Yeah,
while waiting for them to find the water.
Yeah, there was a whole shootout outside. People are dying, and then they get nothing from it.
Yeah. But that's how action movies are. You're like, who is this guy? Where's his family? Like, just a bunch of people.
But even there, it was just even worse.
They're just dying.
Yeah, for so many other reasons.
Anyway, we have never. If there's a sequel, we're watching it. Fountain of Youth, the second part, even younger. It doesn't make any sense because they never drank the one.
Thunderbolts, which is funny.
That wasn't bad.
Yeah, it was actually pretty good. Yeah. It was just funny because it is a full on like movie made for adults that is about friendship. Yeah, like straight on, not even.
Yeah, it's like the Breakfast Club was very aggressive. If the Breakfast Club like had guns.
Full on about a guy who is like bipolar and he needs his friends to help him out. Yeah. It's really sweet. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And everybody's like, don't worry, buddy.
Yeah. And they're not like winking at it or making fun of it. Like that's 100% what the movie is about. Friendship.
I liked it. It like they did it. It made sense. Like the things that were happening made sense. I like that it's named after a children's baseball league.
I think was it baseball or soccer? I feel like baseball. It's probably baseball. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's adorable.
Yeah. And then at the end, I mean, more spoiler alerts, but the guy that it's clearly bipolar is like no longer using his powers, and everybody's like, oh, what are we going to do? And he's like, wish I could help, guys, but it's, you know how it is with me, the good with the bad. I did the dishes though.
Yeah, you got to take the good with the bad. Like it's all parts of the person. You can't just take like the things that you like.
He's still part of the team.
Yeah,
he did the dishes.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's really sweet. It's a really sweet movie.
And then Elaine is just randomly a bitch.
Elaine Bennis is.
Elaine is just randomly a bitch.
I think she was more Selena Myers, but you never saw Veep.
No,
but she was more Selena Myers.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah. She wasn't at the Thunderbolts like this and that.
Have you ever watched Seinfeld?
Yes. She does the thing with her heel. Yeah. I just put my foot on camera. Like she just moves funny. Yeah. Not the Avengers. That's what it should have been called, but
not the Avengers. Yeah, I wasn't really like because read the comics or anything. I don't really know who they were, so I didn't know like what it was. But then like I have seen the Avengers movies, and I saw like a lot of things that were like similar. It was like, and then by the middle, I was like, oh, these guys are the like, because the Avengers are dead now. If you watch the movies, you know that they disband. So I'm like, oh, these guys are the new Avengers. Then at the end, they literally say,
and they do say that
they're the new Avengers,
and you're like, oh, I get it now.
There we go. I guess if I read the comic books, I would know that.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to read the comic books.
It's too late for that.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else to say about Thunderbolts other than it was really
good.
sweet.
We have less to say because it was better.
Yeah. Happy Gilmore 2, which is a good movie to watch if you're doing something else.
Yeah. You watch Happy Gilmore, the original, in like preparation for the second one. I didn't. I don't fully remember Happy Gilmore, the first one. I just remember being annoyed with Adam Sandler's voice. So I was like, that's okay. I don't really want to rewatch that.
So you have seen Happy Gilmore?
I have seen it like a long time ago.
How did you feel about his daughters in the movie?
It was just one.
I feel like it was 2.
Oh, that's right.
I feel like there were 2 of his daughters.
I wish that either the daughters would be the daughters, like he has 2 daughters for some reason, or just one daughter's in the movie, because he meets his eldest daughter at the
meeting,
AA meeting, and the whole time I'm like, wait, why is his daughter in AA with him?
Oh, you didn't see the difference between the two?
Like, I got them all. They both look just like him.
Yeah, obviously.
And then I'm like,
that's also his wife too.
No, I know. Yeah. He's texting a random teenager that he met at AA. I thought it was his daughter. Like, it would make more sense if it was like his. And then he doesn't really like do much for her. I didn't like the eldest daughter's plot line. Like, that was unnecessary, I think. Or they could have both been his daughters. I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like his daughter, the one who actually plays his daughter, she felt like she was in a different movie. Like, she did a good job, but like it felt like she was playing everything straight. She didn't really have any jokes. They didn't write any jokes for her. She was just like, she was in a drama.
Yeah, they didn't give her any jokes.
And the brothers got to be,
but I mean, she's a straight man, and then like the 7 dudes are just like running around her being weird, and the interesting part about her is that she's so used to it that she's just like rolling with it.
Yeah.
One of the brothers is one of the kids from Shameless. That was weird to see, just because he was one of the little ones when Shameless started. So it was just like, oh wait, that kid looks familiar. And he has a role which is pretty much the same as in Shameless. He's like a weird kid that likes destruction. It's the same.
Yeah, I watched the British Shameless, like the original, but I never watched the American version.
Yeah, the American version was very long. I wasn't about to start the British version after that.
But yeah, it was. Some people like really hated it. Some people thought it was like awful. I'm just like, really? I mean, it was pretty inoffensive.
It's supposed to be a continuation of the first one, which is already not like Oscar winning level, so it kind of makes sense to stay on that realm. The most interesting part to come of it was Bad Bunny's role.
Yeah, a lot of people really like Bad Bunny's character. I thought it was fine. I like there's I believe it's Lavelle Crawford. He plays Chubbs, the guy who lost his hand, the golfer that lost his hand. I thought he was funny, but then they made the same joke again with him having one hand and kept breaking. Like, there was no need for that part. Like, and it was stuff like that where it was just like, hey, remember this guy from the first movie? Well, now his son is in it. Enjoy that.
Oh yeah. Well,
it was just a bunch of that.
The giant guy, or is that another one?
The giant guy, his son.
His son was also.
Yeah, his son. His son is in the movie. Like,
it's a lot of we're still here.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. And I feel like there was a lot of professional golfers in there, and I don't know golf, so I feel like if you know golf, you're probably like, oh my god, that's yeah. But I
also didn't feel like it made sense for the plot line that Happy Gilmore was against the new kind of golf. he's so alternative.
Yep.
He even dresses all weird. Like, he doesn't fit in with golf. It would have made more sense for him to join the new golf kind, and that the old golf kind was actually the bad guys, just trying to keep things how they were.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it looked like fun. He was in this, like, thing, and then he, like, tosses the golf clubs to Bad Bunny, so that he weighs the same thing he does. I'm like, this is interesting. Like, I watched this sport. If it was a real thing. I feel like, it should have been like the bad guys turns out to be the people that he has always known, but not like been friends with. The establishment turns out to be like the bad guys, and they don't want to let him back in because he's been gone for so long. And then he gets in with like the cool kids that are like trying something new, because he is like, that's his personality type. He would wear polka dot pants and striped shirt, and like the whole color scheme of the new game was like crazy. I don't know. I feel like it should be backwards.
Yeah. But it is a movie that, you know, it was, you could do other things while you're watching it and still enjoy it.
Yeah. But that's how I live my life, no matter.
Yeah, but that movie felt like that's what it was for, though. Like, it was really made for that. I want to talk about you rewatching Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I've stopped. I should go back. Well, I saw that there's going to be a new, like, the reunions coming out, which I think is like just
because Frankie Muniz kind of stopped acting
altogether
and became a race car driver.
Yeah, he is the right size.
Yeah, he's kind of small. I've always I liked the show in the beginning. I thought it was really interesting. I don't know if it's like something that I necessarily, especially like the later seasons, I necessarily need to rewatch though, because it's just them being like manipulative of each other, and in the end they find out that I manipulated you because I love you, and that's kind of what most episodes are.
Yeah,
that's kind of what the whole show is.
Jackass, if Jackass was a family.
I always thought the reason why I was surprised that you like the show, because it seems a little aggressive for what you normally would watch.
It is.
It is pretty aggressive.
Yeah.
When I saw that Bryan Cranston was in Breaking Bad, that's the dad, when he went to Breaking Bad, and people were like surprised that it was like the same dad, I wasn't surprised at all, because like he commits so much to that character of Hal. Like, I could totally see him as an actor being able to do anything, really.
And they are parallel characters, like Hal and what's his name from Breaking Bad are basically the same person. If like there's just like a Y on the road and he goes fully way too bad in this direction, he breaks bad. But it is like he has a similar origin story, I guess. I watched the episode where the kids want to go to Burning Man, and it was just like, it just kind of happened to have that I started watching that episode when actual Burning Man was happening, like in real life. 2025 Burning Man got like destroyed by the wind. Did you see that? Like a bunch of people. And I always kind of like, this is gonna sound mean, I always kind of take a little bit of joy when like something like that happens, because it's like, you shouldn't be there. Like, that was a stupid idea to begin with. And I hope you learn. Like when they say like hikers went into the Amazon where they shouldn't been, and they broke a leg and were like dehydrated until they got rescued. It's like, yeah, you shouldn't have been there. Like, that was a bad choice. But anyway, they wanted, the kids, the two older boys want to go to Burning Man, and I say like every year they say that they're gonna go, which is, I think it's like a joke about just people that always say they're gonna go to Burning Man and they never do. And then they somehow get the whole family to go, and they get an RV and they go, which, like, I don't know if you know this about Burning Man, but you should, like, pretty much anything you bring to Burning Man is not coming back. Like, things get destroyed, and it's not even like because people are destroying things or like catching things on fire, like how it happens on the show, but just because sand and wind and just like rust and erosion, like nobody wants to rent their RVs if you're going to Burning Man. It's just like, no Burning Man, because that's just not coming back. And they set up the RV, and Hal starts to like pretty much act like they're in a camping trip at any like park reservation, like normal. He's being normal, and everybody's being super weird, and they start to think that he's putting on an art performance.
Yeah, I remember that.
Of a dad.
I remember that.
And that was just like, that was so funny.
Yeah.
I have never seen this one before, and it was just like everybody's staring at him, and the more he wants to like be normal so that they would stop looking at him, the more they look at him.
Yeah.
And I don't know, that was hilarious.
Yeah, that is one of the things that I liked about the show, was that it was like kind of a mixture of highbrow and lowbrow. Like it was smart and dumb at the same time. Like the ability to like make like a really broad joke, but also something really specific and like really smart at the same time, something like that. And that's one of the reasons why like people still like the show. Yeah. You can watch it and then kind of, get something out of it. But like I said, but like by the later seasons though, it's like they're kind of
I started in
all TV shows,
the last season because I thought for sure I haven't seen these.
Yeah.
If I ever started watching it, it was like at the beginning. So I didn't want to like overlap with anything that I remember. And I don't know how the hell they just kept writing more and more. Like, how did they just keep coming up with more things?
Yeah. So knock them in the middle.
So I'll have to remember to keep watching that because the new one's coming out and I do want to see it.
How do you feel about reboots at all? Like I'm generally not a fan. Even if it's my favorite show, I would be fine with it. Just never see it. Like I don't know. I think it's just interesting, just because you want to see how actors are doing. Like Lois. I don't remember her name. The actor, like Lois, she hasn't been on much. So like, what does she even look like? But generally, has it ever have you ever seen a show where they brought people back and you enjoyed it?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just not so. I think with reboots, like you have to have low expectations. Like the Gilmore Girls was brought back, and I was a big fan of the original, and I kind of knew that it wasn't going to be good just because it's the same. It's not going to be the same. It's like not reproducible. But I'm not like mad at it. I don't ever rewatch the reboot like how I do the original episodes, just because it just doesn't feel right. And it's weird because the Gilmore Girls dropped the creator and the main writer for the last seasons, and still those feel a little bit more like how the Gilmore Girls stand the reboot.
I don't know. I always think about it like, when they make a sequel to a movie, like generally part 2 isn't as good as the first one. Like if part 1 is like really great and make a part 2, generally it's not
6 seasons in a movie.
Yeah.
You gotta do we're gonna have to watch all the K-pop Demon Hunter things that are in the works though.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm not looking forward to that though. Even though I did like K-pop Demon Hunters. I did like the movie, but it's just like when someone likes something, they're going to drill too hard into it, and then it's just going to be uninteresting.
I mean, they're advertising it as apparently there was enough content to make more. But they were like asked to shorten it because it's a movie and because they weren't expecting it to be as big of a deal as it is. So there's like, and I think there's more just because there's a lot of questions that are still in the air. Like, I mean, are they going to answer those questions in a way that I think makes sense? I don't know, but
yeah,
a lot is left just like open.
But like our daughter was talking about like the manager. Like there's this theory that the manager, he used to be a singer, so now he understands. Somebody told her that.
Because she walks around with all the merch. She has a bucket hat and 2 t-shirts, and she made this thing on the window that's lit. She's into it, and people are just telling her things.
Yeah, and it's just like, whether, I don't know if that's true or not, but it's just like that. I don't know. It's just like they're just kind of priming her for not even her specific, just like everyone is just kind of primed to be like, okay, what's more? Whereas like when we saw a movie, we didn't really think about, what is the side character doing? It's just
what
like that.
Mean?
Like now it's like everybody wants to know that, but then when you do, it's generally not that.
It's not gonna fill the void.
Because like, think about how many Star Wars TV shows and movie about every character in
the
that
more
show.
Involved,
it spills out, and just like most of them are not interesting. The other TV show is that this is a show that I watched, and I wanted to see if you liked it. And we just watched 2 episodes of it, so maybe watch some more. But it's Better Things.
Where have I seen her?
The most popular thing is she does the voice of Bobby Hill on King of the Hill, but you don't actually see her, obviously, because it's animated.
And I've never watched that, so I don't even hear her.
But she does that. But that's probably the thing that she's most known for. Louis made a TV show called Lucky Louie. It was on HBO like early 2000s, and she played the wife. And then later on, when he just made the show Louie, which is like the 2010s, I think, she was like a reoccurring character. And I feel like she like directed some episodes and was a writer on it too. And she worked with him really close until,
What?
The Thing.
She got busy?
The Thing, yeah. She got really busy doing other things, and she decided not to work with him anymore.
Must be rough to be a woman who needs work but can't work with the one person who has been supporting her this whole time. I mean.
Yeah. So, but anytime I ever see her in like any TV show or movie or anything, I'm in, because I just like always like seeing her in anything. So when I saw that she was, this show was coming out.
When did it come out?
I want to say like
it
2015.
Somewhat recent, but not.
Yeah, it's like maybe.
Well,
like,
also Nora is the daughter, so you can tell by her looking a bit more teenager-y that she did in Nora that it's been a minute.
Yeah, so it's 2016. Yeah, I was right. 2016 is when it started. Her and Louis created the show. And then,
it's just her now.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure like when the breakup was, but I think like by the 2nd or 3rd season she was doing it by herself. But they created the show together. And it looks a lot like the TV show Louie, like the way it's shot and everything. So I could definitely see that.
I don't know if I like it. I was like, it's entertaining. As a mom, I don't always like to see shows where moms struggle, because I'm just like, why would I just live my life? Like it feels a little bit too on the nose, especially like the way that her daughters treat her. You're like, that's white culture. That would never happen. I mean,
yeah,
I'm sure that happens, but not in my house. I just can't watch somebody just get stepped on and be like, bro, get up. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that is the one thing in the show. I remember watching it, back in 2016, and that was the one part of the show that I was just like, I can't. Like, watching how her daughters talk to her was just the most frustrating part of the show.
Yeah.
Everything else about the show I loved, but that part was frustrating. But even that, by the time you get like to the end of the series, you kind of get it. Like, you understand like why she is the way she is, and like her parenting style. You're kind of like, I don't know if I would do it that way, but I kind of understand what she's trying to do. Understand, like, because sometimes you just need to vent, and her feeling is just like, if you need to vent to anyone, you do it to me because I can take it. That's more or less what it is.
I thought it was going to be because
more like
of the way her mom was.
No, it's more like it's just, if this is what you need to do, you can do it to me because I can take it.
But it's definitely more than that.
Yeah.
Because it's not just like you having a bad day. This is a lifestyle choice. They're just like constantly shitting on her.
Yeah.
It's just too much.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that was the one thing that bothered me about it. So that's why I wanted to watch it with you just to see what you thought, like how you would feel.
Yeah, it's not one of those shows that I can like binge or anything because I'm just like, oh God, I'm tired from like watching your day. Feels like now my whole day is gone because it's just like it's one of those shows where like time's going by in a real way. It's like from day to night, and yeah, she's just like really lax on the parenting.
Yeah,
and her it's just a lot. That's what I'm saying. It feels really personal the way that it was written because it's like just the struggle and the almost like poor me type of thing that like she gets mistreated at home, like her mom is using her, like she's also having to parent her mom. She has this like weird relationship with a man that is just not a full relationship because of everything else in her life. The kid's dad obviously sucks, and then at work nobody respects her, so it's kind of just like do you maybe it's a little bit you were letting this happen. could it be that the common denominator is you? But it's only episode 2, so I don't know if she comes to that conclusion.
But that's one of the things is that like it is, when I watch it is a fine line. Like I get what you're saying, because that's definitely how I felt a lot too. But like, I don't know, after you get kind of immersed into the world a bit, you're kind of like, because the way you parent and the way like I was raised is different. And sometimes I have to be like, okay, well, I have to kind of like understand how this is, you know. And
I'm nothing like that though. It's not that level.
But there's definitely like a difference in the way like I was raised and the way you were raised, and you know, it there are times when I would just be like, it's just like that video you sent me of it was Eddie Murphy, I forget what movie it was Dr. Dolittle or something like that, where he was like, his daughter was like yelling at him and he was just like, do I look like I care? Do I look like a person that cares? Like I have to like, because that was the environment where I was raised in.
Yeah.
So sometimes I have to be like, okay, well, we need to, you know, put a little more work into it and not be that.
That's sort of the line that I'm trying to walk, is like not fully like, well, too bad.
Yeah.
Sounds tough for you, but like I have empathy for you, but also no.
Yeah.
It's hard.
So, yeah. So it was just a show that I remember, like by the time I got to the end of it, I was like, I do appreciate the show, because it is one of the things that I do enjoy about movies, TV, comedy, art in general, is that you get to see other perspectives and I don't have to agree with it. And I just want to see how someone else sees the world. And this is one of those things where it's like, I don't like, there were parts of it that bothered me, but that's okay, because you don't have to agree with everything.
That's why people go to Burning Man, just to experience life from a different point of view.
And there was another
wait, do you think that show is in any way a comedy, or is it just drama?
This would be a dramedy, but it leads more towards drama than the comedy. It's like maybe 30% comedy, the rest drama.
I feel like it's less than that, but I am only coming from seeing 2 episodes, so I don't know.
I feel like you're more emotional than I am, so
what does that?
That's how I feel. I feel like you get affected more emotionally by things than I do.
Okay.
And therefore the drama hits you much harder.
Well, therefore you should treat me gently.
I know. That's what I'm trying to do. I told you about this special that I saw from Jordan Jensen. And you said you'd heard of her before, but you haven't seen the special, obviously. But
well, I've heard of her because she just did Subway Ticks.
Well, that's probably because she has a special coming out. Yeah. But
my mom was like, "Have you seen this
Subway Ticks?"
Yeah.
Which one was it?
That one.
Oh, was that one?
Yeah, she wanted me to see it. She's so funny because sometimes she'll be like, "Oh, I wish I could, but I don't speak English." And then other times she sends me stuff, and she's like, "That's hilarious." And I'm like, how?
What was her take? Do you remember?
Yeah, she says that people aren't actually religious.
Huh.
because if they were, they'd be a lot more stressed out about all the people that are not religious, especially like the people that you love in your life. Is like if you really thought that somebody was going to burn in hell.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I know some of those people that are so serious about it that I feel like maybe I grew up with those people that are very scared of other people going to hell.
Yeah.
That they go around knocking on people's doors.
Yeah, that must be a stressful existence.
But no, but I watched Jordan Jensen's special, and it is one of my favorite specials that I've seen like in a long time. Like the two, and I definitely watch fewer comedy specials than I used to. I don't like. I'm probably watching like maybe 4 or 5 a year, whereas before I was kind of watching everything that came out.
All of them.
Yeah. But of the ones that I've seen, like actually sat down and watched, like hers is one of my favorite specials that I've seen in a long time. Just because it is definitely like a perspective where I was like, yeah, I've never heard that. I can tell that this is a real story because I doubt that this has ever happened to another person.
Now I'm curious.
Ever.
I have to watch.
The other one I watched that I really liked was Mark Maron's special. As a person that's been listening to his stuff steadily for, over a decade, this is probably my favorite special that he's made, the most recent one. So there are people that are like in their 50s, like comics that I, really enjoyed, and now they put out specials and kind of like, they're kind of sleepwalking through this thing.
Yeah.
Not really they don't really have anything new to say.
Name names. Who is it?
I'm not going to name any names.
Come on.
It's cool to see somebody, that's older, that's actually putting out new material that's interesting.
Yeah.
So anything else we want to get into before we get out of here? We can talk about highest and lowest next time.
Yeah. That's why I was like, that's too much. That was like Michael Jackson level of like how we we just took a bunch of time talking about that. We can talk about highest and lowest for an hour next time.
Yeah, highest and lowest. Like I have a lot of people.
I know you're like I have notes.
I have notes, and also like I've been watching like other people's criticisms of the movie, like what other people are saying about it, and it's weird. Don't
bring it up.
We'll save that for next time.
Okay.
All right. So we're getting out of here.
Yeah.
All right. My name is Lee H. Tillman.
I'm Andrea Menchaca.
Thank you for listening to Anxiety Twins. See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.